What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, listing off my top 5 games for 2014. Now I want to make a small note here before we start and say this is only games I've played. Although I've played almost every major release this year, there are a few that slip through the cracks. So if there's something not on this list that you think should be, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be listing off the best games, but not the best HD remakes, which I'll be doing next Saturday. So I'm sorry, as much as I love Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm not going to count it on this list. Number 5. Infamous Second Son. This game's pacing really pulled me in, slowly introducing new powers, new characters, and new enemies as you slowly take over this sprawling city that wants nothing more than to destroy you cell by cell. The powers in this game were so unique. Smoke, neon, video. These were such interesting things. I was so glad that they didn't just go for the normal fire and ice. Instead, they went, let's really think outside the box. If you have smoke, you can suck in the damage you create. If you have neon, you can teleport farther, shoot lasers, even bind people to the ground. Video, you can create illusions, grow wings from the very video you create. It's such an interesting concept, and I'm glad that they decided to take such an interesting path. The level that stuck out the most in this game for me, and the one you should look up on YouTube if you want a good sampling for how unique this title is when you're trying to take over the guy who has the ability to use video as his power. He's basically a guy who plays World of Warcraft, and he's decided to pull you into his own godlike realm of the game, where he is a magnificent angel, and you have to take him down. It is so trippy to see this kind of Diablo-esque turn of style. Number 4. Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. This game is still a titan of multiplayer brawling awesomeness. While other games still stick with the 1v1 or 2v2, this is the one game that still has the balls to go, hey, what if there's an 8-player craziness? What if you bring in 6 computer characters and you and your best friend just fight to the absolute death for hours on end? All the humongous rosters this game has. So many cool characters that are all well-balanced, well-played, and fun to learn. This game came out so perfectly timed. While every other game in November was broken, having errors, needing day one patches, Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii U came out just to remind us that a good game works when it's out. It's insane to me that decade after decade after decade, they still can make this game work for me. I still love playing Link just as much as when I was a little kid, and I'm really happy that kids are playing this today. Right now, this second, there are kids who are playing Link for the first time in Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and that shows how well Nintendo can still make a good, fun, pure fighting game. Number 3. The Evil Within. The Evil Within was actually loved by some and hated by some. Even in my own review of it, I actually gave it a rather low rating. But the reason I'm putting it on my top 5 is because of how much it stuck with me. Weeks after initially playing it, I'd still come back to it. I'd still play another game, be reviewing another title, and all of a sudden I'd see it on my shelf, I'd pick it up and I'd pop it right back in. Something about getting to creep around in the insane asylum as Sebastian, trying to figure this out. The fact that the environment changes and changes and changes. You're in a creepy village, and then all of a sudden you're in an insane asylum, and then you're over here in a mansion. Just the change in tone while keeping the overall feel really got me, and I like that about it. The confusing story even was really fun to me because it kept me thinking, it kept me writing, it kept me waking up at night and just saying why. And that's a thing that not a lot of games do well anymore. So Evil Within, you get the number 3 slot, and you know what? I am so looking forward to the DLC, and I'll definitely be reviewing that as well. Number 2. Dragon Age Inquisition. This game really got me just because of the customizability of my character. The fact that I could make my own character, make every single little talent in his talent tree exactly the way I wanted, play any class I wanted to such an nth degree was so fun to me. Hunting dragons when casting spells, throwing lightning at a group of orcs and then having to run away. Something about it just felt so organically real. When you were dying in that game, you genuinely felt panic. The difficulty at times could be high, and that's what I liked about it. In the real world, you really can get stuck in situations that are extremely dangerous. You can get in over your head, and I appreciated the fact that they really encapsulated that in this game. Wandering around and you stumble upon the cave of a dragon, you have no choice but to run, and that's a fun feeling, to feel that fear and that silent grudge you build up in the back of your mind when you think, you may have won this, but I will be back. I played this game so much. One thing that stuck with me the most was that you don't know if you're the good guys. The Inquisition really kind of pushes people around. They say they have these good goals, but the whole time while you're closing these rifts, you kind of strong-arm a lot of people. And that was a cool feeling, to really walk the line and go, how much bad can I do and still have a good goal? Do all goals meet the ends? And that was a great feeling that they really did well. The writing in this game was really solid, although I still thought some of the dating options were a little funky. I still loved the characters a lot. Iron Bull, you are my main man. Before we jump into number 1, I actually want to make a small note about PT Demo. I wish I could put PT Demo on this list somewhere. That game creeped me out more than anything else. True, it was just a hallway, a ghost, and some clues, but it stuck inside me. It crawled inside me and ate away a small part. It lived in me. I woke up scared for weeks after that. I have a long hallway at the top of my stairs where when I came up, I used to be afraid of seeing Lisa in that inn, to see that crack in the door and just see her eye. And I want to give them a giant shout out, because although I can't put you on a top 5 games of the year list, I can thank you specifically for making me have horrendous nightmares and maybe pee a little in my pants. Number 1. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. This game was so freaking fun to control, to play, and to wander around in. This world was so alive. Every time you get defeated by an enemy, you actually see him rise in rank. You get to find him, track him down, learn his weaknesses, and kill him all over again. Every time you take out a small lieutenant, you can get answers about bigger ranked people. And that was one of my favorite parts about it, was the nemesis system. To beat somebody with fire when they truly feared fire. To burn out all of the enemies you could, slowly taking people over piece by piece, taking over the minds of orcs and taking over a base from the inside. So much of this game was so perfect. One thing I really liked about it was that if you snuck into a base perfectly and were not detected, you could assassinate a boss without ever actually fighting him. And that was a concept I've always wanted in a game, because I always thought, if I was able to get in here silently, if I cut your throat, you're just as dead as if I fight you for 45 minutes. The ultimate warrior can't defend himself if he doesn't see it coming, and that was always a concept I liked. Just playing as this creepy guy whose past is unknown, with a specter inside me who only knows as much as I know, trying to claw our way through this world, to find all these interesting little nods towards the greater Lord of the Rings universe, was a lot of fun. I really loved riding around on that crazy mount. It was so fast, and watching it climb stuff and eat people was so exciting. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this, share it somewhere with your friends and subscribe. I got more reviews and more top 5s coming up. Next week, I'm going to be doing my top 5 HD remakes of 2014. And spoilers, I'm totally putting Grand Theft Auto 5 on there. You can argue with me that it's not an HD remake, but I think it looks even better than the original. But as always, guys, keep gaming, keep reading, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.